Welcome students. I hope all are safe. Let me start the class with an quote. Education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world, said by Nelson Mandela. I am happy that many have attended the test which was sent through Google Classroom. I also congratulate the students who have scored good marks. We are doing our chapter 2 in chemistry, chemical changes and reactions. We have completed the part 2a. So today we are going to study the part 2b. Before going into our today's topic, let's recall what we have studied in our last class. We studied about chemical change. Chemical change means it is a permanent change. Then we studied about condition for chemical change. We have studied 7 conditions. Then we studied about characteristics of chemical change. We studied 4 characteristics. In today's class, we are going to study types of chemical change. There are 4 types of chemical change. They are direct combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double decomposition reaction. Let's see one by one. Let's all imagine that there are 4 different people. They are A, B and C and D. One day A found that B has similar behavior, so they both become friends and they stay together. Likewise, in chemistry also, 2 or more compounds combine together and they form a single new product. This type of reaction is called as direct combination reaction. So, A plus B gives AB. The definition for direct combination reaction is a reaction in which 2 or more substances combine together to form a single substance is called a combination reaction. This is also called as synthesis. So, combination reaction means nothing but 2 or more substances they combine together and single product will be formed. Let's see the examples. The reactant may be 2 elements and the product will be formed as a single compound. Example, C plus O2. Carbon plus O2 gives carbon dioxide. Here carbon and oxygen, they both are elements. They combine together and they form a single compound, carbon dioxide. The next example is an element and the compound combine to give a new compound. Here what happens on the reactant side, there will be an element and a compound and they combine together and they form a single compound. Example, SO2. SO2 is a compound and O2 is an element. They both combine together and they form a single compound, that is SO3. The next type is 2 or more compounds combine to form a single product. Here what happens on the reactant side, 2 or more compound will be present and they combine together and they form a single product. Example, CaO plus H2O. Here CaO is a compound, H2O is also a compound. They both combine together and they form a single compound, that is CaOH2, calcium hydroxide. Here calcium hydroxide is used for whitewashing in walls. These are the examples for direct combination reaction. Photosynthesis. This photosynthesis is also an example for direct combination reaction. We know what is meant by photosynthesis. It is nothing but plants make their food with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide and water. Let's see the reaction. Carbon dioxide, water plus sunlight gives glucose, C6H12O6. So here what happens? Carbon dioxide and water, they are compound. They combine together and they form the single compound glucose as a product. So photosynthesis is also an example for combination reaction. Let's see the experiments for this combination reaction. You can take an lead sulfate and you can heat it. What happens means you will get the result as lead sulfate. So here lead sulfate is a compound and oxygen is an element. They both combine together and they form a single product, that is lead sulfate. It is an example for combination reaction. The another example is magnesium ribbon. That is, magnesium ribbon is heated. What happens means, as a result, magnesium oxide compound is formed. So it is also an example for combination reaction. So what is meant by combination reaction? It is nothing but two or more substances combine together and they form a single product. In combination reaction, it will have only one product. Then now again we imagine that A and B fought together, and what happens? They got splitted. Likewise, in chemistry also, when a single compound is splitted into two or more simpler, smaller elements, then the reaction is said to be decomposition reaction. AB gives C plus D. So AB is splitted into two different substances. Let's see the definition for decomposition. A chemical reaction in which a compound splits into two or more simpler substances is called decomposition reaction. Let's see an example. A compound breaks up into two or more elements. So here what happens is, a single compound will be broken up into two or more elements. Example is HgO gives Hg plus O2. Here HgO, mercuric oxide, is a compound. It gets splitted into mercury plus oxygen, where mercury and oxygen is an element. The another example is AgCl, silver chloride, is a compound. It gets splitted into Ag plus Cl2, that is silver and chlorine. So here they both are two different elements. So a single compound is splitted into two different elements. These are the examples for decomposition reaction. The another category is, a compound can break up to form both elements and compounds. Here what happens is, a single compound, it will break up and form element as well as compound. The example is KNO3. So here KNO3 is an compound. It gives KNO2 plus O2. Here KNO2 is another compound and O2 is an element. So a single compound is splitted up into two different elements and also an compound. This type of reaction is called as decomposition reaction. The another category is, a compound can break up to form two or more new compounds. Here what happens is, a single compound will break up and they form two or more compounds. Let's see an example, CaCO3. Here CaCO3 is a compound. It gets splitted up into CaO plus CO2. So CaO is also a compound, CO2 is also a compound. So it is also an example for decomposition reaction, because a single reactant is splitted into two or more products. Next we see about thermal decomposition. Thermal means what? It means heat. So this thermal decomposition means decomposition takes place in the presence of heat. Let's see an example. In this picture you can see that copper carbonate is heated so that we get the two different compounds, that is copper oxide and carbon dioxide. So it is an example for thermal decomposition, because the single compound is splitted into two different compounds in the presence of heat. The definition for this thermal decomposition is, a decomposition reaction that is brought about by heat without any recombination on cooling is known as thermal decomposition. The another example is FeSO4, ferrous sulfate, which gives ferric oxide plus sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Here ferrous sulfate is a compound. Ferric sulfate is also another compound. Sulfur dioxide is also another compound, and sulfur trioxide is also another compound. So here single compound is splitted up into three different compounds. So it is an example for thermal decomposition reaction. Let's see thermal decomposition on metals, how they decompose. Here on the one side, the reactivity series is given: calcium, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, lead, copper, calcium, silver and gold. The first one, K, is not calcium, it is in potassium. So here what happens, this potassium, when they combine with nitrate, they form potassium nitrate, and this potassium nitrate, when they decompose, they form nitrates. Let's see an example. Potassium nitrate gives potassium nitrate plus oxygen. Likewise, when it combines with carbonates and hydroxides, it will not decompose. The next is magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, lead, copper and calcium. This category, when they combine with nitrates, that is for example magnesium nitrates, then it decompose and they form oxides. Let's see an example. Magnesium oxide, magnesium nitrate, when they decompose, they form magnesium oxide and magnesium oxide as a product. So likewise, when magnesium is combined with carbonate, that likewise when calcium, here the example given is calcium carbonate. So likewise, when calcium carbonate decompose, it forms calcium oxide. The another example is for hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide. When magnesium hydroxide decompose, it forms magnesium oxide. For gold and silver, they decompose, they form metals. So when silver nitrate on decompose, it forms silver metal. So these are the thermal decomposition on metals. Next, this decomposition also takes place in a body. How it takes place means, the whole digestion process involves this chemical reaction. So decomposition takes place. How it means, it will get broke down, the food gets broken down into smaller molecules. So it is used in the digestion process. This decomposition reaction is used. Then we see the experiments for this decomposition reaction. For decomposition reaction, ZnCO3 gives ZnO plus CO2. Zinc carbonate gives zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide. Here zinc carbonate is a compound which decomposes and it forms zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide. That is two different compounds. The another experiment is thermal dissociation. It is a reversible reaction. Ammonium chloride, on decomposition, it gives ammonia and HCl. Here ammonia chloride is a compound, ammonia is also a compound, HCl is also a compound. So here a single compound is decomposed to form two or more different compounds. This type of reaction is called as decomposition reaction. Let's again imagine that A and B are friends and there is another person C. This A wants to become friend with C. So what happens means, this A replaced this B with C. So what happens? AC becomes friends and B left the group. So when a compound is replaced by another element, then the reaction is said to be displacement reaction. Let's see the equation. AB plus C gives AC plus B. Here what happens? B is replaced by C. So it forms AC plus B. So the definition for displacement reaction is, it is a chemical change in which a more active element displaces a less active element from its salt solution. So the more active element will replace the less active element. So we can see what is meant by more active element and what is meant by less active element in the next slides. The example for this type is CaSO4 plus Zn gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. Here copper sulfate is present. So this copper is replaced by zinc and this copper goes separately. So what happens? ZnSO4 plus Cu is formed as the product. The another example is Mg plus H2SO4. Here what happens? H2 is replaced by Mg. So H2 is separated. So MgSO4 plus H2 is formed. This type of reaction is called as displacement reaction. It means that more active element will replace the less active element. Let's see what is meant by this more active and less active element. Activity or reactivity of element. This is the reactivity series. The potassium is the most active element and the least active is platinum. For non-metals, fluorine is more reactive and the least reactive is phosphorus. What happens? Let's consider that there is a zinc and potassium. Zinc can be replaced by potassium, but potassium will not be replaced by zinc. Only high reactive element only will replace the least reactive element. Least reactive element will not replace the highly reactive element. Okay, let's again imagine that A and B are friends and C and D are friends. Now A wants to become friend with C, D, and B wants to become friend with C. So what happened? A and D become friends and B and C become friends. Likewise, when there is a mutual exchange of radicals, then the type of reaction is said to be double decomposition reaction. The equation is AB plus CD gives AD plus CB. Here B is replaced by D and that B goes and combines with C. So as a result it forms AD plus CD. Let's see the definition. This is a type of chemical change in which two compounds in a solution react to form two new compounds by mutual exchange of radicals. It is also called as double displacement reaction. This type of reaction is also called as double displacement reaction. Here what happens is mutual exchange of radicals is taking place in this type of reaction. Let's see the types of double decomposition reaction. We have two types. The first type is precipitation. Precipitation means it is nothing but it is an insoluble salt. It will settles down at the bottom of the solution. Let's see the definition. In a chemical reaction in which two compounds in their aqueous state react to form an insoluble salt, as one of the product is known as precipitation. So it is an insoluble salt. It will not be soluble easily by water. Let's see an example. AgNO3 plus NaCl gives AgCl plus NaNO3. Here AgNO3. This NO3 goes and combines with Na. So they form AgCl NaNO3. They got exchanged with each other. The another example is BaCl2 plus H2SO4. Here Cl is replaced by SO4 and this HCl goes and combines with H. So it forms BaSO4 plus 2HCl. So this is how the precipitation will look like. So in this type of reaction, there is no need to see the reactivity series. The next type of this reaction is neutralization. Neutralization means nothing but when acid and base they combine together and they form the result as salt plus water, then the solution or substance or process is called as neutralization. The definition for this neutralization is a reaction between an acid or a base that forms salt and water only is referred to as a reaction of neutralization. It is in a reaction acid and base they both combine together and they form the result as salt plus water. Then the reaction or process is said to be neutralization. Let's see an example. NaOH plus HCl. Here NaOH is an base, HCl is an acid. So here Na goes and combines with Cl and OH goes and combines with H and they form NaCl plus H2O. Here NaCl is an salt and H2O is an water. This is an example for neutralization. Next we see about neutralization of soluble base and insoluble base with an acid. It means that in a reactant there will be an acid and base in neutralization process. That base will be soluble base. Then what happens? Let's see. KOH is an soluble base, HNO3 is an acid. When they both combine together, this OH go and combine with H and they form H2O, and NO3 will goes and combines with K and they form KNO3 plus H2O. The another example is NaOH plus H2SO4. Here what happens? This SO4 goes and combines with Na and OH goes and combines with H and they form H2O Na2SO4 as a product. The another category is insoluble base. Here KOH and NaOH are soluble base. Now we are going to take insoluble base. PbO is an insoluble base plus HNO3. It is an acid. They both combine together and this O is replaced by NO3. So what it forms? PbNO3 twice. Then this O goes and combines with a H and they form H2O. The another example is CuO. CuO is an insoluble base plus H2SO4 is an acid. Here O is replaced by SO4. So what happens? CuSO4 is formed plus this oxygen goes and combines with H2 and they form H2O. So these are the examples for neutralization of soluble base and insoluble base with an acid. Next we see about uses of neutralization. Where this neutralization is used. It is first used in pain removing process, that is if someone is stung by bee, formic acid will enters into their skin and they cause pain in the body. So to neutralize this formic acid, baking soda or vinegar is used to neutralize that. The next use is antacid. It means that we know that our stomach creates HCl acid. Sometimes we have acidic problem in our stomach. So to neutralize that, what we will do, we will use to drink ENO or any digestion syrups. So here when we drink, what happens? The base goes inside our stomach and it get neutralize our stomach. So the pain or the stomach pain will be removed. Then it is used in acidic soil, that is when soil is more acidic, the base is used, that is lime is used to neutralize the soil. Farmers use the base to neutralize the soil for growing crops. Next it is used in cloths or in our body. If acid is poured in our body, we can use the base like ammonia to neutralize the acid so that the pain will be reduced. Or in clothes also, if there is an acid stain, then you can use the base ammonia or some other bases to remove the acid stain. So these are the uses of neutralization. So let's summarize what we have studied in today's class. We have studied the types of chemical change or chemical reaction. We have studied 4 types. They are direct combination. Direct combination means nothing but 2 or more substance they combine together and they form a single product. Here single product will be formed. Decomposition, it is nothing but the opposite of direct combination reaction. A single product gets splits up into two or more products. Then displacement reaction, it is nothing but what happens, a highly active element or metal is replaced by least active element. Then we studied about double decomposition, it is also called as double displacement reaction. What happens here, there is a mutual exchange of radicals will be taking place here. So these are the 4 types of chemical reactions. The assignments will be posted in Google Classroom. So if you are not in Google Classroom, then go to Play Store, install Google Classroom app, then click on plus sign and click join class option. Enter the classroom code X75U73G, then click on join option button. The assignments will be posted in the Google Classroom. Thank you students. Thank you for watching.